Good morning. Today you're going to do Module 1, Unit 3, Lesson 8. And this is the conclusion and the revising of your book that you're writing, The Most Important Thing About School. So let's continue making our books to present to the curious kindergartners who want to learn more about school. Today you will add one last piece to your The Most Important Thing About Schools book. So your learning target is I can write a conclusion for my The Most Important Thing About Schools book. Okay, so we're going to write a conclusion. So let's talk about what a conclusion is. We've already written our focus statement. We wrote information about the differences between our school and the boat school. We've written our information about how our school and the boat schools are the same. And today is our last day that we are going to work on this. We're going to add our conclusion. The conclusion reminds the readers of the topic. It includes a reflection statement on why schools are important. So let's look at this example of a conclusion. Schools around the world may be similar or they may be different. But the important thing about schools is that they are places where you can learn new things. Okay? So what part of the Most Important Thing About Schools book are you working on today? The conclusion. And here is an example of a conclusion. I'm going to read this first sentence because your conclusion is going to have two sentences. Let's look at this first sentence and let's see if this sounds familiar. Schools around the world may be similar or they may be different. I'm going to give you a few seconds and I want you to think about that sentence. Have you heard that sentence somewhere else before? If you said that's what you wrote for your focus sentence or your focus statement, that is correct. So our first sentence we're going to write for our conclusion is going to be our focus statement. So you're going to rewrite this, whatever your focus statement was. Schools around the world may be similar or they may be different. Now you're going to write one more sentence. This is going to be called your reflection sentence. Okay, this is where you're going to write what you think the most important thing about school is. Okay, schools around the world may be different or they may be similar. That was our focus statement. Okay, all unit long, we have been talking about why schools are important. So here are some of the reasons that we came up with on why school is important. School is important because you learn new and important things. School is important because you do work that is hard and makes your brain think in new ways. School is important because you learn to treat others well. You use what you are learning to make your classroom, school, and community a better place. And you create beautiful and careful work. Okay, so all these are reasons why we said school is important. Okay, you can pick one of these sentences and you can add that to your conclusion as your reflection statement. Okay, so schools around the world may be similar or they may be different. So you are going to write what your focus statement was. Then you are going to pick one of these reasons why school is important, what you think the most important part about school is, and you are going to turn it into one more sentence. Then you're going to put them together, and that will be what your conclusion is. Okay, so writing your conclusion. First sentence, reread your focus statement. Okay, think about what you want to remind your reader of what your book was about. Second sentence, use the model guiding questions to help you decide what you think is most important about schools. And then you're just going to write these 2 sentences on Canvas. You don't have your book, but you're going to type it into Canvas, okay? So you're going to put 2 sentences, your focus statement, and then you're going to look at your chart to decide what you think the most important thing about school is. Put them together, and that's your conclusion statement for today.